So any crazy stories now from the restaurant? I kind of want to ask that. Anything you're willing to share?
I'm trying to think.
Nobody really listens to this podcast, to be honest.
Yeah, we have like 4 people listening.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
This whole thing.
Maybe
4 more people
Maybe,
than
yeah.
just me and my dog
We're literally
hanging
just
out.
talking into microphones.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get recorded. We just sit here and talk.
Just to see what we can get people to tell us.
That'd be awesome.
That would be.
It's a blackmail thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god.
We'll see you later. We
Maybe
just met
after
you,
having
bud.
you on though, seriously, maybe we'll get like 2 more listeners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
kind of exciting.
No.
Hopefully,
We'll see.
Maybe one of them's
Dude,
gonna be my dog.
We rolled the dice. We rolled the dice. Allie and Abby. Yeah, you guys enjoy.
I know. I've almost called it the wrong name.
It screws
like,
up
which
my
one's
parents
which?
even. They'll be like, Allie, and I'm like, I'm not a dog. I'm not
Talking to
my
my dog. Talking to my
It's
dog.
me. Hi.
That's kind of your own fault too, but it's hard to be like say something about it.
Right.
Yeah. You're like it's clever.
I walked
And also-
right into it.
Kind of.
That's
not
fine.
The best.
Got so caught up in the nostalgia of Abby and Allie. We're best friends forever. And then I was like, wow, this really sucks. People are screwing up my name. They're calling me my dog's name. Like, how unimportant am I? Like, my dog officially just like took a whole step above me.
Yeah.
So I just want you guys to know, I was paying attention, but the headline reads, and it pertains to you guys: Packers offer free hot chocolate for fans attending Sunday's Packer game.
Nice.
High five,
High
man.
five to the
Real
chocolate.
cool.
Hot
You guys say,
chocolate.
I'm gonna have my own damn hot chocolate.
You know what I'm gonna do? I bet mine will taste better than yours.
Right?
Mine's free. I mean, we paid for it one time. Whatever. That's cool.
I wonder if we're gonna get the free mug. There's a mug. It comes with
No
mug.
way.
Oh,
I got
they
one.
wouldn't do that.
Oh,
So I went to
snap.
the game last
Maybe they
week
would.
too. So I went to the championship game and I got myself a hot chocolate.
How are you going to all these games?
Because, you know, sometimes when you become single, you just decide I'm gonna just
Oh.
splurge on myself and
Okay.
I'm gonna go
That's
to Packer
awesome.
games.
So are you going with anybody?
I'm going with a
Okay.
friend.
I was just
Mhm.
gonna say, like,
No, I'm just
you
going
just
by
go by
myself.
yourself. Like,
You know, I actually made
I've
friends
done
in the
that.
stands more than I like. I think the last
Is it the
game
same
that I went
Did you
to.
have seasons then, or
My-
same tickets?
No, they're
Same
different.
Okay.
My
you
friends
said you
got
were
these, and I just
making
kind of got
friends
lucky
around.
in
Okay.
being the one that they're like, "Hey, you want to come?" And I'm like, "Heck, I'll go.
Yeah.
Why not?"
nice.
Cool.
Yeah, pretty
I've
cool.
gone to Dave Matthews Band concerts alone because I really, really.
Why that's
After,
funny.
yeah, after
don't know
I said
either,
it,
but
and
it
Jeff's
made me
reaction
giggle.
made me sound okay. That was really lame. I am
just like,
really fucking lame.
I like going to Dave Matthews Band alone. 'cause
Well, no, here's the
it's just-
deal.
I'm gonna make a couple friends.
I don't actually. I don't make any friends, but I don't like missing his shows. Like I feel like I literally miss something when I
Okay.
don't go.
So
So,
you're
even if someone
zoomed
can't
in.
go with me, I'm going. I always buy 2 tickets for every show. But if someone can't come,
Forever alone.
then I just sell the other one.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you're just walking through. I've got these 2 tickets. I'm gonna keep one. You want to be my friend? I got one.
The thing is, yes, this is all
The
happening.
world's saddest Dave Matthews fan band.
I'm not sad. I'm not sad at all about it.
Why are you getting all jittery about it?
Go yourself. Whatever, Jeff.
Whatever.
So okay, I totally interrupted all of
Yeah,
you
the
again.
Bogart. I kind of. Are there restaurant stories you're willing to tell?
I'm
Anything
sure
like
there are,
crazy?
but like it's hard because I've worked there since I was 14, so that's 14 years of stories to go through.
That's
we
cool.
used to when I was
It's
younger.
like you worked there half your life.
Yeah,
I haven't done
well,
anything half my life. Wait.
You've lived.
True. That's so valid. Actually, you've done something more than half your life at that
See?
point.
How deep you want to get, Jeff?
No, that's not what
Breathing?
I was
Deep
talking
you
about.
wanna
Breathing,
go.
yeah.
Breathing.
Going to the bathroom.
Boom.
Eating. Yep.
Boom.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I
we
you
marked
stand
those
corrected,
off.
sir.
You got me good there, Joe, didn't you? Oh. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know. I guess you just kind of live off of the stories from like when the Road America people come out. How fun that can be because they're out for a good time, and it's kind of one of those things. I'm never going to see you again, so I can be as ridiculous as I want, and
okay.
and at that
Play
point in
character
time,
almost.
it was fun. I was probably younger. I was between the age of like 17 to 22 when I was a really fun bartender where it was like, okay, after I'm done, I'm going to go out and I'm going to
sure.
go like have a blast, doing Jaeger bombs, having fun, having a blast.
Jaeger bombs.
But like fun stories.
my
it's
contribution.
just- they're all fun.
I mean, I've been there. Normally, we try to either go really early or really late.
Mm-hmm.
But we went with the cousins, and they were like, "Let's go at like 6 o'clock on a Saturday."
Prime
I'm like,
time.
okay, here
2
we
hour
go.
wait.
And you're just like drinking your beer with your elbows tucked in. And I'm like, all right, this is fun.
Can I just get a straw so I can at least
I'm gonna
drink it?
stand here for 2 hours, get
Wow.
really drunk, and then go eat my food. And
Yeah.
I'm not a fan. I like sit down, have a nice meal and
Mhm.
stuff. And
Mhm.
I love Schwartz's. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong. The place is amazing.
Every time I've gone, I have a good experience.
Yeah.
It depends upon the experience that you're looking for. Like when you're looking for like a quiet sit down, a Saturday night at 6 p.m. Not the right time.
Not gonna happen.
Not going to happen.
I think right before us, like a whole biker gang walked in. I was like, "Oh yeah, we're not getting it anymore." Like
Yep.
packed in there,
Well, the one thing I like about it too, though, is that there's a bar across the street. If you can put your name in, say, what's the wait going to be? Come back and check.
I never thought of that.
There's
And
options
that bar's
out
probably not
there.
as expensive.
Probably not.
Sorry, Schwartz's. I don't want.
Well, no, Schwartz's has
They're
really
really-
strong drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're extremely affordable. Like I have people where they've gotten a large round, and I tell them their price, and they look at me and they're like,
Well, you.
I think you missed some drinks. I'm like, no, I didn't. And they're like, well, I'm from Chicago, and this
Yeah.
should be at least like $70. I'm like, oh, okay, well, you're not in Chicago.
You're like, you can tip me the rest
Yeah.
of that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. You want to pay me $75?
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Right. Make it work. I'll make it work.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's the atmosphere. It's amazing how many people have come out there not knowing each other, and then they develop these friendships over years and years of coming out on the same night, same time.
Sure.
Like I literally, when I worked there full time, pretty much, I had people that I classified Friday night cruise, Saturday night cruise. Well, you don't really get Saturday night cruise because it's so busy, but
Sure.
It's the
Friday
visitors.
and Sunday.
Yeah.
And they were the funnest. Oh, here's a good story.
you
Okay,
go.
so
See, you just got to
Here
get
we
her
go.
lubed
Yep,
up. Here
yep.
we go. Ready, go.
So when I was a little bit more adventurous and more fun, we had a group of guys that would come out every Sunday night. And when I lived in Milwaukee, the place that I rented while I was in school had a stockade. Like one of those you put your arms and your head through. So it got dirty. Like there was jokes talking about,
Well, I know what you're talking. Why is that at a place you rent?
Well, it was a college house. It was
I'm
a
still-
college. The guys or the girls that lived there prior left it there.
Okay, so they had it.
Up in the attic.
You
Yes,
had
up
me
in
till it
the
was up in the
attic.
attic.
Dude, this is not normal.
I don't know what to
Jeff's
tell you
like,
about
oh yeah,
this.
no, it's stockades. Yeah, we all
I've been
got
to frat
stockades.
parties and different parties,
yeah.
and there's a lot of weird stuff.
Normally, it's like blow up dolls and stuff,
No,
not
I've seen some weird
stockades.
stuff.
Well,
Stockades weird, but it's like I guess I could see it.
people get into things like that sometimes. I wasn't into it.
I'm sure they found it
I mean,
somewhere,
well,
thought it
you
was
know.
super funny, put it
Well,
up in
I get
somebody,
that.
and then just left. Like they're not like, I'm not going to use this as a 22-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah, you're not
Or
going
maybe
to take
they
it with
did.
you when you go, so you're going to leave it and hope that
I don't think it was meant for sexual reasons. I think it was more funny than anything else.
we got to use it as a sexual joke, though.
See, it's more
Okay.
of a joke. It's more of
All right.
nobody's like, hey, lock me in that, so I can't see anything happening behind me.
Well, you don't know that.
Whatever. Not me anyway.
Not me. And we never locked anyone in it, unfortunately. But
Unfortunately,
But-
the one
Wow.
regret in Abby's life, right there.
the
Boom.
one regret.
Never locked anybody in that stockade.
But
I
really
had it for
wish
a
I
whole
would've.
year, why not? But we always just joked, like that whoever was naughty would get paddled with the hairbrush in the stockade. So these guys just fed off of it. They loved it, They would put their table name in as Abbey's Stockade, like
Oh, okay.
we just had a good
Really?
time with it. Well, eventually we just started talking about how I was a broke college kid, and at that time shooting quarters was really fun.
Oh.
They brought a roll of $10 of quarters once, and they would just try to shoot it down my shirt. I made $50 that night off that group, but they were so much fun. Like we had a blast, and then their wives started coming out. They'd do the same thing. We'd shoot quarters, and I'm like,
The
guys
heaviest
are making
50
me-
pounds though ever.
Wow.
50-cent pieces.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair
You
enough.
could get
Wow.
those.
Yeah.
That hurts though if you hit them hard enough. I
the
just sat there
sternum.
willingly, like I just put my face to the right, be like, okay, go.
Again, someday we're gonna be a video cast.
But I can't do
Because
that.
the shit you just.
I think we should take what she said there and create
Abby,
a little
You
cartoon.
should join us a little bit more often. I mean, this is really a lot.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah,
Oh,
so
my gosh.
so anyway, end of your story, I guess.
Yeah, you just get fun people that are willing to do things that you just wouldn't think would happen at a restaurant, I
Yeah.
guess. you
Well, that's
build
fun.
those
Yeah.
relationships.
No, that's cool.
I
Though,
wouldn't
that-
just do that to any
Sure.
group.
Yeah.
No?
Just a close
That's
bond.
cool though that
I
you
let
have
their
regulars
wives
and
shoot
stuff.
quarters down my shirt.
There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, gotta
It's
do what you
close.
gotta do.
It's close.
Yeah, that is close.
$50, $50, right?
Heck
$50,
yeah.
$50.
Mm-hmm.
I've done stupider things for 50. Never mind.
Rabbit hole?
I'm kidding. It's
He's
a
got
joke.
nothing. He's got
It's
nothing.
a joke.
He's got nothing.
I got nothing.
He always does it for free.
Damn it,
That was good.
Jeff. That was damn good.
I know.
Wow.
It's funny because I said it.
No. I mean, I'll give you that one.
You'll give me that one.
Yeah.
Thanks. Of all of our time together, that's the
that's
one
the
I get.
one you're getting. Yeah.
Right. I'm going to hold on to that one. I'm going to frame it.
Oh my God. Cool.
That's a good story, though. That's fun.
That was very good.
Working in a restaurant is always one of those things that normally you work with people around your same age, around kind of the same point in your life. You kind of have the same free time, especially at night. You go places, you do things together. It's always a lot of fun. And I know I've had points in my life when I've done that where you wake up in the morning, you serve breakfast, you serve lunch, you clean it all up, and you go to the bar for 8 hours. You go home, you sleep, and you do it all over again. And it's whether you're doing it for the morning shift, the lunch shift, or the night shift, and then you just keep doing it, and you live with those people, essentially, just because you're spending so much time with each other. And it's fun. You get so worn out after a while, you can't do it forever, but it's really fun, I think.
Sometimes it's, the customer piece, like, okay, so you saw me 2 days ago. You asked me how things were going, what's new, and guess what? 2 days later, it's probably the same story. So maybe ask me what's new on the menu, or how do you figure out beef pricing? I need something more mentally stimulating at this point because my life isn't any more exciting than it was 2 days ago. So I think that's where it gets draining. You just run out of things to talk about with people when you see them all the time.
See, it's interesting that you guys bring that up because I've never been in the customer service world, but there was a time at the same company I was talking about where earlier on in my youth, where I was like, man, I'm a fairly social guy. At least I used to be much more social than I am now. And I remember I was, of course, living with my parents, and I would go home and be like, God, I hate this job. I don't think I'm stuck like in a spot all day, and I can't socialize with anyone. And the people I do socialize hate their lives. So it's like, what am I doing? And so
I don't want to turn out to be them. That was my always fear. Yeah.
And so there was a time there where I was like, well, maybe I should go into bartending, or maybe I should go into, even retail. At least then I'm serving customers, or I'm seeing people every day. But obviously it just never worked out, and the money was never that good.
Well, the money is good depending on where you're at.
Yep.
I mean, I've been in crappy situations. Good. I also agree. We've talked about this in the last one about how people are different to servers or waitresses if they've been one in the past.
Yes,
and we've had that conversation.
Yeah, we have a whole podcast on
servers.
Yeah, like how to treat your
I'm gonna have to listen to that.
Bad
one.
is good and bad customer service stories,
right?
Basically.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, but I think it's important that people do at one point have a job that you are a customer service or something, so that you can understand the other side of it.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean,
as we've talked in the podcast before, and I know we're rehashing it, but I think with Abby here, it's just I think it resonates a little bit. So, do you have a story like that? Or?
Well, I just my personal experience, like even going out, I'll have bad. Like I remember my ex was always like, "Why are you tipping her? She was terrible." Like he's like, you can tip her, but why are you tipping her so much? I'm like, well, I just, I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's worth it because she served me and I didn't have to do anything. And I just, I always kind of associate a number to what my bill was. And I just always tip that because that's how I feel like it needs to go. But to that extent, was it deserved? Like now I'm tipping you for sucking at your job. And like me now, like in my role, I'm like, I don't want to reward you for being terrible at your job.
But they're entitled to that.
There's that damn entitlement.
There's old people too out there that are terrible.
Oh god! Yeah.
Although I've never met a terrible older waitress, or older server. I shouldn't say make it sexist, but
I have to say
because they're damn good at their job.
They are.
The older ones, they're good at what they do.
Yeah.
But it's like, are they engaged or not? Because they're so good that they don't even care. They're like, I've had the one not.
But and they're good at their job though. Like I think that's the thing is that they never get your order wrong.
Yep,
you know what I mean?
yep,
They always
totally.
get it right. They
Yeah.
know the menu backwards and forwards. Yeah, they're not flirty with you, and some are. I mean, that's fine too. But
What kind of waiters do you get?
my dad, he's just. You ever have those dads who are just like dad jokes, and they're like kind of I don't want to say flirty with the waitresses, but just make jokes, and then they laugh, and then they yeah. My dad gets them all the time.
Nice.
I think he goes to the places that do that because then he gets it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
He also
You
used
get that
to,
like attention that,
Yeah. He
oh,
used to
like
be a
this
head
waitress
chef,
always
too.
makes me feel nice.
It's like I think he knows like how to, work the waitresses kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Work the
'Cause
waitress.
he was a head chef. For a
I
long
get
time,
it.
So
I get it.
makes sense, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the nice thing too is you go to like diners, you get the old lady who's been there a long time, knows her stuff,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
take care of you, and I think that she's done enough. She's succeeded, made a good living for herself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I always have no problem tipping them people.
That's cool.
The second you said diner, all I could think about was in New Holstein, we used to have a clown diner, like wall to wall, clowns everywhere. I am not even kidding. Like,
Where was this place?
Sounds terrifying.
okay, so it's a
Angels?
Chinese restaurant now.
Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah,
across
it used
from Village Inn.
Yep, Village Inn.
Yep.
It was all clowns. It was terrifying. Like if you had, it would be if it was still around, of course. Such a great place to take someone you hated and they hated clowns. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
would
got
be
this great restaurant. Let's head
fantastic.
on over there.
Yeah,
The
we
way
should
she
go check
thinks
that
here.
out.
How that's a shame because I remember we went to the Asian restaurant. We lived in Kiel for a while, so we went there when it had first opened or whatever. And I never knew it was a clown restaurant before.
Oh
that.
my god!
And I know now we would have gone in there for sure.
It was quite some because then
Oh,
another
okay.
diner came in and
Okay.
I mean
So it was
was
much more
I
when you
was
were younger.
yeah, but they had really good soup. I remember that, and I remember I love
Damn good
clowns,
soup.
so
Yeah,
it
it's
was
quite-
great. Like I
Yes,
just stared at
no,
everything.
the soup was quite nice.
It was quite nice.
Very good.
Funny.
Yeah, I had like I'm super ADD, like I squirrel. You couldn't
No,
get
I
me
don't.
to
I mean,
sit
Joe.
and like eat dinner to save my life because I was always looking at all the different clowns.
Sure.
They were everywhere.
So I'll
insane.
show you.
Oh.
No,
No.
the arms are too far apart on that.
Oh, come on.
Joe's showing a picture of this.
Yeah.
Rogers doing the famous Titletown.
It's not though. It's like
championship
a
belt.
It's like a cartoon drawing. It's only his arms like over. It's on Instagram if you like
It's on a green
NFL
screen.
in
Yeah.
a film.
But
in
it's
NFL.
like I get that he starts there and like he
Yeah.
opens it up, but it looks weird. Anyways,
That's what I was thinking. Like it just doesn't look.
Sorry, the
I want to
digression.
see
there
Rogers'
again.
face. When he does it.
Yeah, or like maybe like the porn stash.
Yeah. Oh, that
when
be
he had
cool.
that, like
Just the stash.
I just
Yeah.
want to see his
just a
face.
stash.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another cool diner. So when my dad worked at his, it was all that 50s diner. So it
Mhm.
was all black, white, pink, poodle skirts and all that
Yep.
kind of stuff. The other one's like there's one in Oostburg that we go to. And that one's got like the whole farm theme, which
Yep.
would classic Midwest, My dad's all excited because we're gonna go up to Green Bay for the Pack game. He's like, "Oh, we'll stop it. There's a great greasy spoon up over there." I was like, "All right, sure." He's
Nice.
like, he knows them all. He knows who they are and everything. So it's fun to go those places.
For me growing up, it was always Ella's Deli in Madison.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh, they've got
They
one
have
in
a
Sheboygan,
merry-go-round
don't they?
No,
at
it's
Madison.
It's the same name. I think it's just different.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and they actually had one in Falls too. It was Ella's. Still.
Okay. Okay. That place is good too.
They had good sandwiches.
Do you guys ever hear of the place? I forget what it's called,
Sandwiches.
but it was down in Milwaukee. Oh, I've got. Never mind. I
We can
digress.
keep going.
Squirrel
Okay, yeah, squirrel. Just remind me sandwiches.
Okay.
sandwiches.
So, down
Like
in
right now?
Milwaukee, there was not right now. I'm gonna find.
Just trying to
No.
finish
Sorry.
Squirrel. There was a restaurant that was mocked as like a diner, but they were paid to be mean
We
to
do.
you.
Yeah, Ed DeBevick's.
That place was amazing.
the
Like
They s-
I like places
I
like
thought
that.
That's still around, no?
It probably. I don't know if it is in Milwaukee. Maybe it is. I haven't been there since I was a kid. Or
I
much
guess
younger.
I'd have to look at that because I
Mhm.
know that was a place, and
Mhm.
they have a. Isn't it like is it a chain too? I thought.
Yeah,
It's not
like,
just
I think
in
there was one in
Milwaukee.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Something like that too. I don't.
Mhm.
I've only been to the one in Milwaukee, but I thought that was the greatest thing in the world because they're all in their 60s garb and they're just being mean to you.
Yeah.
Never eaten
I'm
there.
starting to see a pattern here. I like being treated mean.
I was gonna make some
And
joke
you have
about all
some
these boyfriends you've
stockades.
had in the past. Judging by all the boys Abby's had in her life, yeah, she likes being treated mean.
Mhm.
So sandwiches.
Sandwiches,
Before
okay.
you forget.
So
Sandwiches.
this is a great story.
Sandwiches.
Back in the day, recreational, I might have liked to have fun with plants.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so me and my one of my coworkers, we were talking about having a party for the draft, and we were talking about making these sandwiches. And my sister at this point had caught on. She worked at the restaurant too. She's 5 years older than me. She caught on to the fact that I had in the past had fun with plants, and so she
Never
comes
heard
up
it
to
called
me.
that
That's
way.
funny.
Plants.
Yeah, no,
And
I get it.
so she heard us talking about how we were going to make these sandwiches and have a draft party. We were going to watch NFL draft and make sandwiches. So after my friend walks away, she comes up to me with this concerned look on her face, and she goes, "Abby, is sandwiches code for pot?" And I just looked at her. I'm like, "No, sandwiches is code. It's a fucking sandwich. We're making sandwiches." And she looked at me. She's like, "Oh, okay. I just want to make sure you weren't smoking pot." And I looked at her, and my friend comes back. And I'm like,
My God.
"Courtney, your new name is sandwiches." So
That's awesome.
I tell my mom this story, and now every time we go out to eat, and this girl's there working,
Oh.
she's like, "Hey, sandwiches, what's up?" And I just die inside because I'm like, "Oh." So every time I hear sandwiches, all I can think of is pot.
I don't want to take away from your personal story, but in the show How I Met Your Mother, they do call weed sandwiches.
Really?
Because he's talking to his
Oh.
kids and
That's
telling them the
funny.
Maybe
story.
that's why my sister
Me
thought
and my
that.
friends, we ate some sandwiches. And so every time they show the guys, they're eating these sandwiches and they're all rolled up in baggies. And so they have this
Shut
big
the front
Ziploc
door.
out and it's a baggie and they're all sitting there passing the sandwich around and they're all looking all stoned. So
It makes so much more sense.
I don't mean to take
No.
away from your personal story, but I was
but
like,
that's still good.
Yeah.
I still like it.
Mm.
It's still a great word.
you should. That'd be funny.
Sandwiches.
What you should do is take the clip off YouTube and send it to your friend sandwiches. And then she'd be like, "Oh, that's totally us."
That's us. That's us.
Oh,
That's
God.
funny.
Except mine was
Sandwiches.
really made of like
Yeah,
ham and
that's
turkey
real.
and lettuce and bread.
I have to. I'm not gonna lie. That is badass that you had a draft party.
Yeah, we had a draft party. It was
Regardless of
pretty
the
awesome.
sandwiches or the fun with plants, that's super cool. Was it like
We
back in the day when it was like 3 days long and you had like a binger or something?
I want to say this was probably like 5 years ago.
Well, that would have been 3 days, I think.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, it was. Well, and we didn't
Oh no,
do
no,
it
I'm sorry.
for
Now
days.
it's 3 days.
Yeah.
Then it was 2 days.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I stand corrected.
I just wanted to watch the first couple of rounds, and then I'm like, whatever. After that,
Yeah, because we talked in the past. Like I'm a huge NBA draft guy.
He
Like
is.
I take
the
the day
lotto
off.
isn't that the lotto? Where
Well, the
they do
lotto,
that?
but then they do the 2 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always the Thursday night.
Mhm.
This last year, I got a pizza. My wife was nice enough to put my kids to bed without me, so I could try to watch some of it because they ruined most of it.
They ruined most
They're
of it.
running around. I'm trying to pay attention, try not to let them kill themselves.
Sit down and watch a draft. Why is this not entertaining for
Yeah.
you?
They're talking about somebody right now. Shut up. So, yeah, but I think that's really cool. That's so cool.
Enjoy it. It's a good time. Got to know what's going on in your teams.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah, Joe's. It's interesting how much you are a Packer fan, yet you're not really into the whole draft, right?
I don't know. I feel like what happens on the field, or kind of like what you were saying today, like what happens on the field or what happens on the practice field is what's going to make it happen. It doesn't matter
Sure.
who you draft.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
for me, I'm like, it's just more money.
And that's
for
why I think NBA franchises are built on the draft much more than the Packer, much more than an NFL.
Sure, sure.
Because you get 7 rounds, you're picking guys undrafted who are making your team and all this other stuff. Whereas the NBA, you screw up a pick, you're done for a little
Well,
while.
and for the Packers, I think it's a little different because it's been so unique where they always like pick these people where they're like, we're going to build them into something.
yeah.
And
that makes total sense. I mean, that's what we do at our job now.
yeah, we build.
But no, I get the theory and philosophy behind that. But when you have so many injuries and you're not ready yet,
yeah, but that's
You're
why
not
you
done
have to have
cooking
good
yet?
draft, though.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
when there
I
are
get it.
injuries,
Mhm.
I mean, you look
and that's
at
what we were
guys
talking
like-
about today with Mr. Wolf, Elliot Wolf, that
Yeah.
that he could be that hybrid of bringing in the right people and also growing the right people. So we'll see.
Yeah.
That's cool.
By the way, check out the Packer, the Playoff Packer podcast.
Coming soon.
Coming to yeah. Good times.
Good times.
Yeah,
Times.
So you got anything else?
yeah.
Anything else you want to share with the folks?
I don't know.
Do you want to shout out your like social media or anything like that? You want to give yourself some plug or anything?
Yeah, you got like a
shout
rap
out to my dog
CD?
because
Yeah,
that's how
nice.
cool I am.
Actually,
Allie.
let's do a hot or not for
Oh,
here.
yes.
Hot
So
or
hot or not is
We haven't done those.
not
in
a hot and not. So
Hot and not.
we're gonna do hot or not. So it's something that you're really into.
right now.
Like it could be
anything.
from a chapstick, clothing, food, restaurants, band, song,
It's anything. Literally.
anything
Like,
that you're kind of
I
like.
really like when I take my car through the car wash in the freezing cold and my doors stick shut. I don't know. Anything.
That'd more be a knot, but
Well,
Probably.
yeah.
And
Who
and
knows?
there's a knot also too.
Who
There's
knows?
something that right now that's really sticking.
We
your
don't
butt.
know her all that well. Maybe she's in that kind of.
I always think
Maybe
when you
I'm
go
in
through the car
fucking
wash and
myself in my car.
the foam is different colored.
That
and
is
you
always
have
cool.
and you open the thing. It's
Yeah.
like
And sometimes it smells like
foam rainbow. Now who's high? Hey,
I missed the part where you stuck your head out there. At first, I was like, "Ooh, and then it smells like bubble gum." Some of them do,
They do. They smell like kind of like cherries or bubble gum. Yeah.
or maybe
the
Fruit
snozberries
Loops.
taste like
Fruit Loops.
snozberries.
It smells all fruity.
Snozberries taste like snozberries. That's awesome.
So what do you got? What's hot?
Yeah, anything?
Running. I'm
run.
trying
Well,
to
I
get.
suppose 3
It's
workout
too cold
facilities.
out for
Back
that
into it.
shit right now.
Well, yeah, right now, but
Yeah.
In general, you're.
By the way,
General.
for those of you internationally and not in Wisconsin listening to this right now, we are hovering at around -3 ambient, probably about -107 with the wind chill.
Feels
So
like it, for Remedy sakes.
I cry when I go outside. Literally, like it's forced.
I can't control it. I just start
Forced.
crying.
It's so
forced.
cold out.
Why do I live where my face hurts when I go outside? Yeah. So you like running?
I love running.
Okay,
Yeah.
she loves running.
Can't wait for my knees to just blow out someday and hate me for running. But
Really?
When and what's the time frame on that?
I'm hoping not any time before 40, but you just never know. Depending on how much
Buy
you run.
good shoes. That they
That'll
say, right?
happen. I don't know. Yeah.
It's true.
Right? Shoes.
It's true.
Okay.
It makes
all in
a
the shoes.
difference.
Okay.
Big difference.
See, I'm up hip with the cool kids.
You should probably stop making that
I'm
face.
trying to wink.
I know. I like once you did it, it made me realize I don't know how to either.
You know, I can
think I
wink.
did
Once you were winky, I just got really scared and wanted to
I
hide
was
under
like,
the
when you,
desk.
like people wink at each other. It's like, yeah, and then you get somebody who can't wink. They're like,
Like me, where you're like your whole face.
you're like, you just. So yeah, that was Abby trying to.
Okay.
All right, so that's your hot. Anything else? Anything else here? Any good Christmas presents? Anything like that? You really do?
Got a cast iron skillet.
Oh,
Ooh,
That's
that's
kinda
always
fun.
nice.
that's cool.
Ooh, bar stools. Me and my dad. So we replaced my counters and
Okay.
we built a little like
Oh yeah, like a little
bar thing instead
cool.
of
I
having
think
a
it's called
kitchen table.
breakfast nook.
It's not really a nook. It's just kind of like a bar. It's like,
It could be a breakfast nook, but clearly she's using it as a bar.
and it's got bar stools.
And it has bar stools.
I mean,
Okay.
is that what a breakfast nook is?
We have one. I always called it the breakfast.
What area are you
I'll
in?
call
Nook.
it that just for
trying
the
to think.
sake of.
In your
We have
house?
those
there?
little 2 tables on the backside of the, or the 2 chairs on the backside of the
Oh,
top.
we have that too.
What do you call that? Because they're like bar stools, but
It's-
they have a back.
What if
like
we called it a
I call it
breakfast
a
bar?
counter.
breakfast
Or
counter?
Call it a
But I
counter.
always thought it was breakfast because that's where people eat their breakfast. They put the breakfast there. They eat the
Yeah,
breakfast.
so
Greens, beans. It came out again.
You name it.
You name it.
Every podcast we have to say it once.
One time.
That was the time. Mark it down,
PPAP.
folks.
didn't see it coming.
No, you did not.
not.
You should have seen her face. As a matter of fact,
has
she was
no
like,
idea
"Oh my
what's
God,
going
what
on
the fuck is
right
going on here?"
Once again, do I turn around? I feel like I shouldn't be here.
How long is this going to last?
God, I've been sitting in this chair for way too long.
Please save me, somebody.
Help.
We're only an hour and a half in. No big deal. We've done worse.
So, okay, bar stools are hot for you.
Bar stools.
Cast
Okay.
iron skillet, though, I'm more interested in
That's
that.
nice.
Yes.
I haven't used it
love
yet, though.
cooking steak on them things.
Yeah.
Steak.
The problem with that is we have a glass top stove.
Oh,
So we can't, you don't want to scratch that.
dude, just
So-
scratch it.
That's
Own that.
Scratch
Just
it.
do it.
Scratch it hard.
Scratch it out.
No, but so the other thing about I'm always I'm always okay with
Just scratch it real good. No.
Yes.
you did it pretty good. You sounded
did.
just like her.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Okay.
There's that
you know,
high pitch thing again.
you
That's
sound
the
like
thing
a
I got.
like a sassy 20-year-old black woman.
Hey.
If you got it, on it.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay. Nope, you had me and you lost it.
Sorry.